Tēnā koutou katoa, talofa lava, salam alaikum. Well done, everyone. This has been a long day, but a brilliant day. Now, the last time that James and Josiah and I were in this room in London, we had a couple of pop-ins to our workshop, and that was the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, so I'm just... But you're all pretty good replacements. So I'm Sue Dashfield, I'm the Director of Werry Workforce Whāraurau, so everyone repeat after me, Werry Workforce Whāraurau. Right, after 3 years, we'll get there. So thank you all for the energy that you've managed to sustain through the day, and particularly in that last session. It was fantastic, the spirit and energy that you brought to that. We've had a great day. I'd really like to thank all those who presented during the day, to Ron, Barb, Dean and Josiah. We heard about hearing the voice of the people, lifting the 3.7% to the 20%, and just reiterating how much passion and work that went into developing Heara Oranga. Ashley told us about, reminded us and promised us that the mental health and addiction is a priority still in the wellbeing budget. He also told us that, no matter how much is in the budget, it's not going to be anything like the amount of money and resources that are already invested in the system, and that what we have to plan to do is leverage our existing resources. He talked about there not being any magic formula or resource, unfortunately. He told us to convene and collaborate, and that we are not waiting and we shouldn't be waiting. Robyn, as always, demonstrating leadership. She talked, and as a leader, she talked about building the plane and flying it, and boy, is she doing that at the moment. She talked to us about technical things like adaptive and technical leadership. She talked to us about some of the essentials of implementation science, and reminded us to find our good work. And then Brody and James talked to us about the importance on reporting back on inclusion, and having that as a staple is so important to keep people focused. We learnt that #DMC is what that means, deep and meaningful conversations. And Brody talked to us about people in services being assets with skills, and for us to keep that in mind. Really grateful to Fraser and Terry. It was great to have them acting as sort of co-pilots. Fraser just recognised the amount of study and work that you put into that, and then worked with people to refine it, and were so willing to share it today, and which was a really difficult ask, and we are really grateful for your willingness to do that, even when we increased the numbers by half. Never mind, it'll work. So thank you so much for that. You talked to us about giving complexity a chance. We know what epic means, right? And that emergence is where the change comes from. So one of the reasons that we went ahead with today was that we recognised the feeling that we were getting from the sector. There was a really heavy weight of expectations about the inquiry report, and people are really keen to get on, and the sense of waiting was palpable. But today we also heard that actually there's no reason to wait, and so we shouldn't be waiting. A couple of years ago, I was at an IHI conference, also in London, lucky girl, and heard from a movement of predominantly young people who are living with lifelong conditions. And rather than wait for commercial companies and doctors to develop the technology or the service adaptations that they needed to get on with their lives, they just decided that they were going to take it into their own hands and do it themselves. So they've got a movement called We Are Not Waiting. And some of the really technical changes they had made were really inspiring, so I suggest that we too are not waiting. People who work for me know that my favourite quote is a General Patton quote that used to be on the wall of Turiana Turia's office in Bowen Building. that says lead, follow, or get out of the way. And I suggest that you are all here today because you want to lead. We are here supporting today because we want to know how we can help you in your roles as leaders. And so you've all got evaluation forms, and I urge you to fill those out so that we can then inform the work that we put together to support you. So we can test whether we roadshow the change model work around the country and things like that. I would really like to thank our delightful MC. Please put your hands together for Josiah Tualamali'i. I'm also grateful to Jenny, Abigail and Rob, who did the really hard work to pull the event together, so thank you, and I'll ask you to thank them. So, again, my last thank you to you. Please enjoy your evening. Get out and try some stuff. And peace be with you. And I'll call on Kerry to end the day the way we started. Thank you very much.